All right. Well, we're very, very excited about getting an opportunity to go to Shreveport and play in the Independence Bowl. We feel it's a great bowl. It's a storied bowl, one with a lot of great history. If you look back at the teams that have played in that bowl over the course of time, you'll see outstanding programs have gone through there and played in many of their games. So it's exciting for all of us. I think it's great for our program to be able to go to 4 games in a row. It's obviously great for our football team, and would like to compliment the seniors on being able to continue to move this program forward by extending now our bowl trips to 4 in a row. Would like to also congratulate our staff. I think they've done a great job, and some of those guys have been with us for the whole time, the 8 years that we've been here, and have taken teams to bowls 5 of those 8 years. So I think a lot of good things have happened. We're excited about where we're at. We're excited about playing in the bowl, in the Independence Bowl, and we're looking forward to continue to move this program forward.
Gerald, talk about how much you guys wanted to play again, given how the end of the season played out.
Definitely at the end of the season, you had a couple heartbreakers, and you always want to get that one last game, and you don't want to end on a sour note. So I think this will be good for, our team and definitely the seniors to get to play one last time with our teammates and, end on a good note.
Some fans have asked me, do you think they should even play the bowl game given the state of the injuries that happened during the course of the year? What would you say to someone who asked that question of you?
We definitely deserve it. Over the course of the season, we have a lot of injuries. It hurts, but it's one we definitely still earn the right. What I'm saying? You're still a 8-win team, so I think we still deserve to, play in a bowl game, and it's something that we worked for.
Coach, what's the schedule look like from here on out? It's something you guys are going to be leaving around the Christmas time, spending a lot of time down in Louisiana. It's just a brief run through it.
It looks like we'll be leaving on the 24th. The game is played on the 28th, so I believe the 24th is maybe a Monday, and that would give us 4 nights down there, and that's when the bowl asks the teams to report. Obviously, we'll have a number of practices leading up to that. Right now, we have 7 coaches on the road recruiting. We'll be getting them back here from midweek towards the end of the week. We'll put together our practice schedule for the Bulls. I want to visit with our coaches before I put that completely together, and make sure that we know what we're getting into in terms of practices, because we're needing to build around finals week, which is a week from this, starting a week from today. And so, there's a lot of things to work your way around in terms of preparing for a bowl game. The staff has a lot of experience in preparing for bowls, and so I don't see that as being a problem. We'll have plenty of time to get ourselves ready. Right now, I'm going to meet with them at 2:30 today, talk to them about what we want to get done, what we want to get accomplished here with being invited to this bowl and playing in front of a national televised audience, and want to make sure that we're all on the same page in terms of our preparation, and that the mission will be on when we go down there. We will then look at conditioning them this week. May have a practice towards the end of the week, possibly also on Saturday. It's a big recruiting weekend for us. We have somewhere around 17, 18 players coming in for this recruiting weekend, and so there's some things to navigate around. But we're looking forward to it. We've got plenty of time to get ourselves ready to go.
Tyler, this weekend, was there any thought or trepidation that you guys might not get selected for a bowl? And the second part of it, was the independence even on your guys' radar? How big of a surprise, or was it a surprise at all that you guys are going to Shreveport?
Yeah, with the MAC doing so well, it was kind of up in the air with what we were going to do. But we're just so thankful and glad we can be going to this bowl, and it's got a lot of good tradition. And I remember growing up as a kid, watching Oklahoma and Oklahoma State play, and just excited to be playing in this type of bowl game.
Was this destination even part of you're looking at where you may go? Did this one crop up?
No, I had no idea. As a player, I had no idea. But just excited to play another game, and hopefully we can get this win.
Coach, Louisiana-Monroe upset Arkansas, and early in the season when Arkansas was ranked. They finished not that great, but how does that speak to Louisiana-Monroe's potential?
Well, if you look at their schedule, they've had a lot of games that they've played extremely well in, and some really high-caliber opponents. Baylor being one of them, which was a very high-scoring ball game. I think both teams were in the 40s in that ball game, and so that those two games there shows you the capability of Louisiana-Monroe and what they're all about. I did talk to Coach Berry today over the phone, and he talked about they themselves had a number of injuries early in the year, and thought that maybe had some effect on their football team. But it sounds like they're pretty healthy and ready to go, and it'll be a tremendous challenge. But it's certainly one we're looking forward to.
Gerald, this is your fourth consecutive bowl appearance. Talk about the excitement surrounding going to a big bowl game.
It's always exciting being able to go to a bowl game. When I was being recruited here and that opportunity arose, I've always been thankful to play on a team that can go to a lot of bowl games, because I have a lot of friends that play college football and none of them have been to bowl games. So it's definitely been an honor, and I'm grateful for it.
Right, it seems kind of fitting. The MAC has had a banner year. The Sun Belt had a banner year too, the best year probably in their conference's history. We've seen the Sun Belt before. It's kind of fitting that these two teams meet up, isn't it, in bowl time to battle it out for a bowl title.
Yeah, I think they're two very good conferences, and I think if you follow the Sun Belt year after year, you see that they're the type of conference that has 4 or 5 teams that are really pressing to win it all. A lot of good football players down there that they recruit in the local areas to make their teams very, very good football teams, and so they have a lot of pride in their conference. They have a lot of pride in their universities and their football programs, and I think the MAC is continually moving itself forward and upward in terms of what they're accomplishing and being recognized around the country for those accomplishments. So I think you're right. I think it pits two really very, very good conferences together that has a lot of good football teams, and obviously two of those teams are going to be playing down there in the Independence Bowl.
Tyler, do you have any reaction to some of the national reaction to Northern Illinois getting in a BCS game and some of the the venom and criticism being directed that way? As a player in this conference, as a team that had a chance to be in that same spot at the beginning of the year, what does that feel like? What do you think of that kind of criticism?
Yeah, it was really shocking to see that, and but they had a heck of a season, and they're well deserving of that, and hopefully they can go down there and get a win and represent this conference well.
Part of you didn't want to throw an orange at the screen like Jordan Lynch did.
No.
Coach, you had Northern Illinois 16th in your final poll. I mean, what's your reaction when you see, I guess, on that national stage when they're announced, a great moment for that school, a great moment for this conference, for them to get ripped like that?
Sure. Did I have them 15th or 16th?
You had 14th.
14th? Yeah. I had them.
A lot of numbers.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry.
Obviously, having followed them throughout the course of the year, I know what they're all about. They have a legitimate big time player, obviously, in their quarterback and what he's gotten accomplished this year. If you look at him statistically, he's right up there with the numbers of those guys that are making the All-American teams and getting the awards. And so I think they've got the right combination of things to be an outstanding bowl football team. I'm very excited for them, as our conference is, that they are going to the Orange Bowl and have had a chance to break into the BCS Bowl picture. and let's just see how it plays out. I say go Huskies. You know, they have got a great football team, and I know they'll go down there and they'll play tremendously hard, and they're capable of playing very, very well, and we'll see how it turns out.
Gerald, if we would have said when you were a freshman coming in here that we'd have this many MAC teams in bowl games, what would you have thought? You know, this is something new. It's a record for the MAC.
Yeah, it's definitely new, you know, but you know, as I was being recruited, I knew that the MAC was going to be on the uprise, you know, and it's a lot of, as the conferences are changing, you know, you can definitely see more and more players coming to the MAC and getting that opportunity to play. So, you know, it's definitely surprising, but I think it's definitely a good thing for the MAC, and, you know, it's a great to be a part of.
Same thing I asked Tyler, Gerald. Did you have any strong reactions seeing the national talking heads kind of trash the conference a little bit on its biggest day?
You know, like Tyler said, I think Northern Illinois is well deserving. You know, I watched the championship game, and it was a nail biter. You know, and in our conference, we're always not going to get the best publicity. You know, just for being a smaller conference, but I think they're well deserving of where they're at.
Coach, being that you're playing Louisiana-Monroe in Louisiana, will the ski game be treated more like a away game more so than a neutral site game?
Well, I think in some aspects that's probably accurate. You know, we will be classified as a visiting team down there, so we'll be wearing visiting team uniforms. I've been at many bowls, and you get treated equally as well, whether you're the home team or the visiting team. They'll draw a lot of people, which is great. You know, I want to see as many people in the stands as we can get there. So I hope they bring everybody, and I hope that we're able to get some of our fans to get down there and to follow us in the bowl game. But yeah, that to me is not a negative. I think, in fact, it's a positive.
You guys have had experience with that. I mean, Utah State's, 4 hours away from Boise?
Right.
And,
right.
Then Troy was closer. So this is kind of a little hat for you guys.
Yeah, that's accurate, and we've always stood on the grounds of you know, being a great road team, and that's been what we've been all about since we've been here. That's what we pressed when we went to Penn State. You know, that's what we're all about when we leave home is really playing extremely well, knowing the challenges of playing on the road, accepting those challenges, and moving forward.
Is this 2 years ago you went down to the New Orleans Bowl, Troy went up tempo offense, and you guys had trouble adjusting. Is this a chance to show how far you've come in that regard? I mean, you're going to be playing another up tempo, throw the ball a lot kind of offense. You know?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I know where you're coming from, and I guess it could be viewed certainly that way. Browning, their quarterback, 65% thrower. You know, their top receivers got 97 catches, so it's going to be that style of offense probably that we saw against Troy in terms of putting the ball in the air and being up tempo. You know, we've changed what we've been all about in the last few years, and so we're very much accustomed to up tempo football. So I think we'll be able to adjust well to that style of offense. But you know, obviously, personnel is what offenses are all about. They've got really very good personnel, so that'll be the challenge.
Tyler, Louisiana-Monroe's defense forced a lot of turnovers this season. Will the preparation for them be kind of similar to Kent State, since you know Kent State hung their hat on turnovers as well?
Yeah, I'm sure. You know, I haven't got a chance to see much film on them, and haven't really heard much. But yeah, I'm sure the preparation will still be the same.
Tyler, with the way the season ended, you know, last game being lost, is it tough to sit here and have to wait a month with that bad taste? I mean, is there an eagerness and urgency, I guess, as you guys go into practice? What's, I guess, kind of the mindset having to wait that long to get back out there and get back on that high note?
Yeah, it's tough to wait that long, and you know, it's really different once you get back out there and start running around. But you know, I know we're eager and we're hungry to get back out there, and you know, ready to play a good opponent in Louisiana-Monroe, and you know, just like we said earlier, just excited to be in a bowl game and you know, have that opportunity. But you know, we're ready to get back out there and get going.
You think you'll have a good contingent of folks from Norman come down? It's only 5 hours.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'm already trying to get players' tickets, so excited about that.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Coach, wouldn't be an Ohio press conference if we didn't talk about injuries a little bit. Any update on Ryan McGrath, Scott, or Eric Herman, Vince Carlotta, the three guys hurt up at Kent State, and their availability for the bowl game?
Yeah, Vince is out. Ryan McGrath obviously is out. Eric's seeing a doctor today, hopefully at the latest tomorrow, specialist in terms of looking at his injury, and we won't know more on that until after he gets back from the doctor.
Is there any chance that some folks that have missed significant time will be able to come back, or is it way too early to kind of think about that just yet?
Well, it's a little early on that because we'll have some guys that I think may be close to being ready at that time or may not be. And so as we get about a week to 10 days out, I think, obviously they're going to have practice time, and we'll see exactly if we're able to get some of those guys back or not. We're hoping that maybe we can get 2 or 3.
Anything else? Okay. Thank you, guys.